Picky here. I've been cleaning, so I look like this. We're going to do a freezer inventory today. See what it is that we got, so that we can plan meals for the next week and a half. So, let's do it. This way. So I started just pulling everything out. I tried to kind of roughly categorize things as I was pulling them out because this chest freezer got very disorganized and I have no idea what was in there. So, just pulling everything out, there was a bag of vegetable stock that spilled. So I did struggle a little bit getting that cleaned up and such. But it was fine. It did mostly get absorbed by that paper towel. And by mostly, I mean just a little bit. So I had to kind of rip that off the bottom there. And then there's a big mess in the bottom of the freezer, but I'm not tackling that today. So I continued to pull everything out, just making sure that it was easy to see what it was. In one of the little baskets, I put the stock. In the other basket, I put things that I'm saving for things. So, like chicken bones that I've saved for stock, or apple cores that I'm saving for cider, that kind of thing. Just so that I know where those things are. I can keep adding to them as we cook over the next few weeks. Then I went ahead and emptied out what was in the bottom of the refrigerator freezer, just so I had a totality of everything that I had. So good news. We have plenty to get us through until the next pay period. I've sorted it roughly. So this is like desserty stuff, mostly popsicles, Italian ice, and frozen yogurt. Then I found meats. So this is raw, these things. This is a pork loin, and that's some ground turkey. And then these are cooked meats. So I made both the pork and this ham in November. So good to eat that anyway. I have quite a few convenience foods. That does include this corn dogs, fried rice, 3 half-eaten bags of chicken, 3 bags of French fries, 4 bags of meatballs. I don't know what happened. Clearly, we went to the store, felt we needed meatballs, picked up meatballs, put them in the freezer, went back to the store the next week, thought we needed meatballs, etc. We've also got several pizza things, which is great because we do pizza every single Friday night. Then I did find some stale breads, so that can be some French toast, lots of fruits and vegetables, and these are not like old items. These are things I picked up in the last couple weeks. We eat those very often. Smoothies, the steamables, I mean, it's just so convenient. I did have lots of stock, so we can make pastas, braised things, soups, lots of stock. And that's just stuff used to make other things. So some of it is frozen ingredients. A lot of it is my veggie and bone scraps and things for stocks. And then these are all the breakfast biscuits I made. Not all of them, but maybe 75% of the ones that I made a couple weeks ago. So that's what we have. Let's see what meals I can come up with. So before I got too deep into planning, I needed to put everything back. And now that it is organized, at least into categories, I was able to better organize the chest freezer so that I can actually see what's in there, and neatly stack stuff up and put it in places where I know where it is. Same thing with the bottom of the fridge. I was able to logically put things there based on what would fit and what I knew it was. So I put a lot of the either already made things or convenience items in the bottom of the fridge because that's where we typically store those items. Um, but it was really nice to just get this done because I had released my husband to the grocery store a couple weeks ago. He got all sorts of stuff and just dumped it in the top of the chest freezer, which kind of rendered the whole thing useless. So at least now we know what everything is. All right, it's time for the meal planning portion of the evening. So I'm going to start by just going from here to Sunday, which is covering Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for breakfasts, lunch, and dinners. During the week, breakfast and lunch is just for me and my spouse. My kids have breakfast and lunch at their preschool / daycare. And on the weekend, all four of us need breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And of course, during the week for dinner, we're feeding four. Okay. Just so you understand the math that's happening. Now, this past weekend, on Saturday, I made tacos. We still have tacos left over. So I personally will eat leftovers for maximum 4 days, which tomorrow would be the fourth day. So we will have whatever tacos for lunch tomorrow if we want. Otherwise, they need to hit the freezer tonight. So I might actually do that. Go ahead and pack those up for later. It's only been 3 days. We could easily have them as a freezer meal at a later time. In fact, I think I will do that, and I'll pack it up like a little bowl. So I'll put the meat, cheese, sour cream, all in a little container, so that can just be heated up as an individual portion later when we're ready. Okay, so I'm gonna do that with the tacos. But on Sunday, whoo, that was yesterday. My brain, wow. Sunday, I made hamburgers. We still have hamburgers as well, so that for certain will be served tomorrow. Leftover burgers for dinner and lunches. And that should use up the remaining burgers. We could have a few left. Kind of depends on how hungry everybody is. I want to say I made in total 10 patties. We had 3 of them on Sunday. That leaves 7. If my husband and I have them tomorrow for lunch, that would leave 5 for dinner. If we were very hungry, we would all have one. That's 4, which would leave 1 left over for maybe his lunch on Wednesday. So burgers pretty much just the one meal, 1 day, lunch and dinner for tomorrow. Okay. For breakfast, I have a boatload of those breakfast biscuits that I made. So that's what we're gonna have all week. Biscuits. Which is so great. I love it when I actually have stuff that I have prepared in advance and frozen, because it makes this kind of thing way easier. So for lunches the rest of the week, I'm thinking similarly. So I had 3 servings of a quinoa and sweet potato chili that I froze that was phenomenal. I personally would have no issue eating that for lunch Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we'd still have a few portions of Christmas meals, which we need to eat. So I say leftovers for lunch, no problem. So that brings us to dinner. So Friday night, we know is pizza night. I got that DiGiorno in there, so that's probably what we'll have. I also have Totino's, personal little party pizza, so either one, that's Friday. So that leaves us with Wednesday and Thursday. I have chicken and French fries, partially open and need to be eaten. So that's what we're gonna have on Wednesday. And of course I will chicken, fries, sorry, I can't multitask. Chicken, fries, and veg. I will definitely heat up a bag of broccoli to go with that. With the burgers on Tuesday, I'll probably make a side salad because I do have some lettuce in the fridge, as well as copious amounts of cheese. We always have a lot of cheese, so that's available as well. So we're gonna do chicken, fries, vegetables on Wednesday. Thursday, we're gonna go ahead and do spaghetti and meatballs. Yeah. Well, I'll actually say pasta and meatballs. I don't know what kind of pastas I have. But I certainly have 3 or 4 varieties of pasta. I have jars of tomato sauce back a couple weeks ago. I did a bigger pantry restock, so I have that on deck. And as we saw, I found 4 whole bags of meatballs. So, yeah, easy dinner for Thursday. For Sunday, and I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but that's just how my brain works. Sunday, for breakfast, we would probably do eggs. I could maybe do pancakes or oats. Oats? Actually, oats sound good. Let's do... well, spouse would want eggs. Well, we'll unscratch that out. So eggs, oatmeal, and smoothies. And then Sunday for lunch and dinner, I will want to make something or a couple of things that can last for a few days, because usually at the beginning of the week, I'm really not stressed necessarily, but you know, the weekends are always busy. Monday, going back to work, you know, it's just, no one wants to cook for an hour on Mondays, okay? So, I need something that will last. I have the ham that needs to be eaten. I could maybe do like a ham pot pie. That might be kind of weird though. I have that ground turkey. I kind of want to just keep working through maybe some of the meals that are already prepared in there. So maybe what I'll do for the moment is just leave this as a question mark. And on Sunday, I will reevaluate what freezer meals we have. I keep calling it leftovers, but that's really what those are for the most part. What freezer meals we have, and I'll make a more solid plan, and then I will plan for Sunday to be a cooking day, and I will meal prep whatever we need for the following week. So that's what we'll plan for Sunday at the moment. I know if I get like busy, you know, doing the meal prep, we do still have freezer meals available. That mojo pork could easily be heated up. I also have a bag of leftover rice in there. And by leftover rice, I don't mean rice that I cooked. I sat in the fridge for 4 days and I then decided to freeze. Because for rice, if I make too much, I immediately take it kind of off the stove that day and I package it into a 1 cup portion and I put that in the freezer. It just helps because rice is kind of a hit or miss thing for me in cooking. It's an opportunity for improvement. So when it turns out well, it's easy for me to just pull a bag out of the freezer. So that's what I have. So I realized that when I pulled everything out of the freezer, I didn't show you the meals from Christmas or that bag of rice, but I know it's in there. I just didn't pull them out because those individual meals live in a very specific part of the freezer so that I can see them often and remember to eat them. So
what I roundabout I'm saying is Sunday for lunch, if we need to figure out something, we can. We got the mojo pork, we have rice and frozen vegetables. In fact, that's what I'll go ahead and just pencil in for lunch. Um,
Future Vicky here. I'm definitely making Cuban sandwiches.
mojo pork, rice, veg. And then this is meat pie. So I don't know what dinner will be, but we do have at least stuff figured out until then. And I know I've got lots of ingredients, so I just need to put a little more thought than my brain can muster at 9 p.m. on a Monday towards what we're gonna have. But this gets us a plan until then. This sounds really, really good. And most importantly, it's free. So y'all have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are. Until next time, bye.